Hi, friends. It's me, Christiana Gaudette. I am your Tarot Fairy Godmother, and I am live right now on my YouTube channel. And it's Thursday, which means it's time for the Tarot Topics Weekly Newsletter Recap. If you happen to be watching in a replay, thanks so much for being here. I won't be able to do your reading, but you might hear something that seems interesting. First off, though, do you get the Tarot Topics Weekly Newsletter? And did you get this week and have you read it yet? So you can see I've got useful links right in the description, and one of them is a link to subscribe to the newsletter and also read this week's or last week's or the week after, the week before, anything. I keep the newsletters archived on my webpage. That's the important part. But if you want the newsletter to show up in your inbox every Wednesday morning, you got to subscribe. So please do. Right after this video, use that link. Go right over to my website and subscribe. And speaking of subscribe, if you're here and you have not subscribed, please do so and make sure you hit the bell so you get notifications. I want to remind you, we got a thing this Sunday, the 20th, 4 p.m. We are doing our vernal equinox celebration right here, live on YouTube. Please join us. It's for everyone. We are going to have so much fun with tarot exercises around the theme of equinox. What does that all mean? Well, come and find out. Make sure you join us and make sure you tell your friends. If you like the content I'm providing, if you like this YouTube channel, please invite your friends over here. Don't keep it a secret. Share the link. Share the link in your tarot group. Share the link with your tarot friends. All right. It's so nice to see all of you here. Thank you all so much for being here. So, if you did or didn't read the newsletter, the topic is, who needs energetic protection? The newsletter talks about what energetic protection is, what it isn't, what it is, what it isn't. And let's talk about that right here. What is it? What isn't it? When we talk about energetic protection, we're talking about your auric energy, your spiritual energy, the energy around you, perhaps likewise the energy in the space. And what are we exactly protecting our energy from? Well, we're protecting our energy really from other people's energy. And even like if we're doing a reading, if we're doing a healing session, it doesn't mean we're not compassionate or we can't read them or we don't understand them. It means we don't want their stuff sticking to ours. That's all. We can be intimate in whatever way you want to take that word without having to absorb someone else's energy. And that's especially important if you're reading or doing healing work, because you're not going to be an effective reader or healer if you are walking away with that person's energy, and especially the energy of their hurt or trauma, which may be exactly what you're dealing with. You also need to protect your own energy. And that could be if you're in a standard workplace or if you're a healer or reader. And honestly, when I say healer or reader, I could just say healer because readers are healers. Guess what? And a lot of times healers are readers too, right? To keep your own energy flowing. The thing is energy, our energy always needs to be flowing. It should not be stuck or stagnant. So part of energetic protection is allowing that to happen. And one of the things that I pointed out in the newsletter is how often, I'll be speaking with a client who is kind of spiritually minded, and I can see, man, they're tired, they're dragged out, they're unenthusiastic. We've all been there, you know what I'm talking about. And I can feel it's because, it's not even that they're working too hard. Sometimes it'll feel like you're working too hard, but what it is everybody's energy is around you and sticking to you and in your head, and you don't even realize it. And so I say, what are you doing for protection? And they'll be like, I have a crystal on my desk. Now that's great. It's great to have a crystal on your desk. But if you're not actually using it in an energy clearing or protecting practice, having that crystal sitting on your desk is not going to help you that much. It really won't. Or I have this sacred symbol on my wall. Well, that's great. It's well and good, but it is not going to protect you. You need actual practices. So there are a lot of different energetic practices. You can use crystals. You can use tarot. You can use oils. You can use incense. You can use herbs. You can use so many things. But at the end of the day, all you really need is your breath, your meditation, and your focus. That's what we talked about in the newsletter. And I can see you are already getting the idea about the kind of readings that we want to do here today in this regard. So let's get right to it. And I'm so happy to see all of you, and a special shout out to our members here today. We know who the members are because their names are in green. As I'm getting shuffled, I want to remind you once again to mark your calendars for this Sunday, 4 p.m. Eastern Time, to join us for our Equinox Tarot celebration. We are going to have so much fun. And I didn't say it in the description, but I'm going to say not only should you bring your tarot deck, bring a candle if you can. Absolutely. All right. So, Smile Soul 20, Von Ray, so nice to see both of you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being members. Betty Flesher, yours is the first question that I see. Thank you for being here, and thanks for being a member. I took a mystical spiritual class from my local shop, realized they were into dark magic, not for me. Have I cleansed my energy enough at this point? And that's funny, because I remember when you said, I was thinking about studying here. What I said, well, at the very least, it'll help you figure out what you want and what you don't want. And I guess that's what happened. So, I'm not worried about your energy from that at all. At all. Honestly, the thing that can be most difficult for our energy is if you're with someone who's grieving. You're with someone who's broken a leg. Your leg could hurt the whole next day. You take on people's grief. You take on people's sadness. I wouldn't so much worry about like a spiritual energy that someone might be working with. Yes, I think you've cleansed. I think you're good. And it is good to cleanse. It is good to protect. It is good to do all of those things. But those aren't the things I'm terribly worried about. But then you would say, well, what about attachments? What about actual entities? And I got to say, that does happen. But it doesn't happen often. It doesn't happen as often as some people would have you believe. And so, mostly the need for protection is to protect your own energy, to keep it from getting dragged down, from not flowing, and to protect you from the feelings and emotions of others. Not that you shouldn't be compassionate or empathetic to them, but there's a difference between empathic and empathetic, right? You don't really want to take on and feel what other people feel in order to be able to help them. So in this case, Betty, when we're talking about people raising an energy that's not an energy that resonates with you, very often all you need to do is leave the room. This is not for me. I don't want to be here. And it's good to sort of shake that energy off. But yes, I think you've done plenty. Your energy is stronger than any of that. You're fine. You're fine. Clumsy Clairvoyance. So nice to see you. Thanks for being a member here. Is there an area of my life where I could use more energetic protection? I would say that things going on the planet, whether it's people's reactions to things going on the planet or your own reactions to things going on the planet, I think can be really hard for you. And you want to keep aware and you want to keep compassionate. But on the other hand, you don't want to let that drag you down. So I would say that would be an area where you could use greater protection. Pamela's Insight, so nice to see you. I'm having difficulty implementing my spiritual practices and trusting the divine guidance. How can I become more disciplined and connect with my spiritual practices? Great question. And so first of all, when we talk about trusting the divine guidance, the first question is, are you receiving the divine guidance? And I think that's where the disconnect is stopping. I think you're getting a little bit of it, but if you were getting the whole boatload, you would be like, I'm on my way. That it's not like there's nothing wrong with you. It's not like you're not disciplined enough. It's that in that space of receiving divine guidance, that there's too much clutter, there's too much noise around you. Some of that's coming from you, some of that's coming from other people, but you're letting it in. So what you need is more protection from your own emotional clutter and from the energy that comes from others. That's, I think, what you need. Quite seriously. Quite seriously. That's what you need. So let's take a look then and see what else you can do. Honestly, you need more music, you need more dance, you need more time outside, and you need more time connected with like-minded people. And I almost feel like you're spending too much time with people who are not like-minded and who make you feel bad about who you are and what you do. I don't know if that's actual right now or if that's stuff in your head from the past, but that's, I think, what needs to separate out. I hope that's helpful. Nalini, so nice to see you. How do I know if my energy is protected and what should I do to ensure protection? No, that's a great question, and everyone needs to know it. I think if you have a practice that involves working with your own energy, like, what my favorite is, use the root chakra to ground, bring energy up from the earth, it back into the root chakra, all the way up the spine, out the crown of the head like a fountain, all the way down, and keep it flowing through. If you do that and you can feel the flow, you good. Seriously, you're good. And just do that and keep it in place all the time. That's for you, Nalini, and for everyone else. That should do it most of the time. Now, you do a work where you actually touch people and you do this sacred art with people. And so you do have to be careful afterwards to shake off their energy. That's an important thing. If you're a hairdresser, if you're a therapist, if you're a reader, a healer, whatever you are, or if you do henna like Nalini does, shake it off after. Claire C., so nice to see you. Thanks for being a member here. In what area do I need more protection? In trusting your own creativity and trusting your own decisions. You need to ask Spirit to come in and protect you from your own negative thinking about yourself. I'm deadly serious about that. Mystics Haven, is there a specific area in which I need to focus on protection? And what do I need to know about protection in general? Honestly, I would say your actual space. You could do a lot of work to make all of your space sacred space. You can do that by walking around the rooms of your home, the perimeter, either with incense or with a candle or clapping your hands, especially get up in the corners, use a fan, get not like an electric fan, like fan, right? A hand fan. Get that schmutz out of there. I feel like there's psychic schmutz that collects in your home that you need to get rid of. And that would help a lot for you and many. Caroline, nice to see you. Lacey, nice to see you. Angelic Michelle, so nice to see you. Julia, so nice to see you. Thank you both for being members here. Von Ray, as an empath, how do I protect my energy from others, especially the negative ones? Yeah, man, you need to double bag that stuff. Oh my gosh. So what I just talked about, that connection, connecting to the earth, bringing energy from the earth, cycling your energy through like a fountain, that's really good. That's really good. You also might, at the end of the day, want to use kyanite or selenite and comb out your aura. Can be very helpful. Also, when you take a shower, use a soap you really like, and as you're cleansing yourself, think about cleansing your aura at the same time. Seriously. Sometimes protection and cleansing really go together. And there's also, like, remember what we used to say when we were kids? I'm rubber, you're glue. It bounces off me and sticks to you. Sometimes you got to say that in your head when you're in a room with people like that, just, and really affirming that you're not taking on any of their stuff. Caroline, can I please ask, am I protected enough? I don't think I'm paying proper attention to protecting myself. So what are the signs when a person is not well protected? You may get a lot of headaches. You may feel tired. You may have pains that really aren't your own. You may not feel well, but you have a physical and you're fine. Those kinds of things very often. And I do think, like, you're very busy and you go through your day to day without really thinking about it. Doing a protective meditation where you bring that energy around you every day would be extraordinarily helpful. It's simple. You can do it very quickly. Horse Fan Dunn, so nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Oh, you do such a good thing each week, writing a newsletter topic. Thank you. And if you have any ideas about what you would like to see in the newsletter, please do let me know. Angelic Michelle, so nice to see you. Thanks for being a member here. I'm very empathic and I'm wondering what I can do daily to protect my energy. Man, empaths have it rough. And so often, like, if you're feeling a thing, you won't know if it's you or if it's someone else. That's where divination comes in really well. Is this me? Is this someone else? The cards will help. But again, that daily meditation, grounding from the root into the earth, bringing energy up out of the crown, all the way around, that's very, very helpful. What else can you do? You need, Angelic Michelle, to sort of consciously focus on your own task at hand and recognize you are not responsible for the ills of the world. Yes, it is good to send healing energy. Yes, it is good to pray. Yes, it's good to do magic. It's good to help. But it's also good just to stay focused on you. So a conscious focusing on what you're about and what you're doing. You have been dedicated to service your entire life. And at this point, you have to be able to sort of tunnel vision in and do what you're doing. And don't feel guilty about that. It feels unnatural to you, but it's what's necessary. Oh, Horse Van Dunn, how to send energy protection to another, a place, a country. Yeah, good one. I like that. You can pray. You can send angels. You can use tarot. We did a great thing in our members only live stream where we took the world and we put the Empress over it as a protection for Ukraine and all the places and people in the world who are having to deal with bully energy, like the big mom is coming to protect the world. And that was helpful. I mean, obviously not helpful enough because the war is still going on, but hey, we're trying. So, you can light a candle. You can, raise the energy. Again, root to the earth and up and raise the energy and send it out. That works too. Absolutely. And when I do a reading on that, recognize that very often for you, Horse Van Dunn, and I think in general for people, when we're sending energy, it's because we're upset and we're worried about our friend. We're worried about the situation. We don't want to send them our worried and upset energy. So we have to take a moment to channel and build up that protective energy and send that energy out, not our energy of worry. See what I'm saying? Gemini Sun, it's so nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. I always try to protect my energy, but I think I'm doing something wrong because I still feel like the weight of others slips through my shield. How can I fix this? Yeah, that's a hard one. What's the problem here? I think the problem here is you're not keeping your energy moving. You're seeing it more as a stagnant shield rather than a moving energy. Keep the energy moving and that'll move things out that try to come in. Try that. Hey, Teresa Chase, nice to see you. Thanks for being a member here. Thanks for using members only emojis. Are people in which I may need energetic protection from accessing my energy through social media and other means? That is such an interesting thing. Now, if someone is trained in that, you know, we do use in different kinds of magic, we do use pictures, right? And we put our pictures on social media. So if someone's trained in that, yes. But in general, I don't really think that's a thing. If just like some negative person is stalking you and looking at you online and thinking bad thoughts about you, I don't think that's something that's really going to be an issue. And you can just affirm that that's not going to be an issue. You're asking this very specific question. Are there people who may not have the best intentions from you doing this? And I would say not a whole heck of a lot. Maybe one or two. But what you can do when you post something on social media, just post it with this sort of reflective energy, like this is going to the people who want to see it, who wish me well. All the others can go to hell. There you go. And you thought that was just a toast. Okay. And thank you for all the feedback. I really appreciate it. I won't always read it aloud, but I do see it and I do appreciate it. Yep, Angelic Michelle. Yeah, you get that empath stuff, right? Right? Angelic Michelle, I have some blue kyanite, nice, and I think green. I should use that every morning and every night. Damn straight you should. I live in a big apartment building. That's part of the problem. I'm trying to move soon. Yeah. You know what you can do? Two is you can take mirrors, little mirrors, and put them on the wall face out. I know it'll look weird. Maybe put a picture on top of it or something, but reflecting energy out of the walls. All right. Chara, nice to see you. How do I protect my energy when dealing with unpleasant people while reading? From family that are protecting their emotions. Oh, I missed you. I'm so sorry. Let me go back and see the original one. I'm sorry I missed you. If I missed anyone else, I'm really sorry too. How do I protect my energy when dealing with unpleasant people while reading? And from family that are projecting. I would misread the word, that are projecting their emotions. Okay, so I think everyone needs to hear this. This is not just Chara. This is everybody. So let's do these two things and let's work backwards. Family projecting their emotions. And so often with family, there's a guilt factor there, and there's a you should do this factor there. And that's where you need energetic boundaries. You need to put up a boundary around you that is like, no, 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 no. And that's hard because we feel guilty when we do that. Now, when I look at you regarding that specifically, Chara, yeah, Ace of Swords, man. I would take the Ace of Swords. There's your anti-bullshit device. I would picture that card, picture that sword hanging right in front of you when these people are doing that. Like, yeah, no, 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 no. Seriously. I mean, no disrespect to your family, but a lot of families can be like that. Okay. And how do I protect my energy when dealing with unpleasant people while reading? As a reader, we have to really find the beauty in the people that we're like, they're sitting at our table and we're like, this would never be a person I would choose as a friend. But let me in this space love this person, so there's like your intention that you set there. And then again, just that fountain of light that you're going to put over you is going to be so important. And again, shaking them off at the end is really, really important too. And just practice your own non-judgment in that space. That's important too. So yeah, those are two hard ones that a lot of us deal with. You're not wrong. So I'm sorry I missed you. Thank you for reiterating. Really appreciate that. And thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you to Caroline for the Super sticker, really appreciate it. And Shara literally LOLing, right? Right? Yeah, just, tarot cards are great because you can keep them in your mind, even if you don't have them. So just picturing that Ace of Swords, you're like, no, 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 no. I'm not taking that on. And you can just smile and nod. But oh, no, 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 no. Yeah, sometimes that's what we need. My friends, we have come to what I see as the end of questions. So it's last call for readings, y'all. I'll be back tomorrow with the Friday weekly wrap up. Members, later on today, I'm putting up a pre recorded members only video for everybody, all the members. So check that out. And please, please, please mark your calendar, hit the bell, join us for our equinox thing this Sunday at 4. We are going to have so much fun. It's going to be good. Bring a candle and we'll look and bring your tarot deck and we'll look forward to seeing you there. I also want to remind you I am available for readings. Look at the useful links. Get a ticket for my Zoom class. That's helpful. Book a reading. All of that is right here in the description. So please do check it out. Thank you so very much. I will look forward to seeing you tomorrow at noon Eastern Time. Have a great day, everybody.